From crumbling terraces to futuristic palaces of sport, from wooden benches to heated seats with individual screens, the metamorphosis of Premier League stadiums over the last 3 decades is utterly staggering. Picture this. In 1990, Manchester United's Old Trafford had no roof on 2 sides, with fans exposed to the elements as they stood on concrete steps. Fast forward to 2025 and we're witnessing plans for a $2 billion architectural wonder that promises to be the Wembley of the North. A 100,000-seat colossus packed with cutting-edge technology that would make Silicon Valley envious. This isn't merely a story about renovations. It's a breathtaking journey from the industrial-age football grounds where generations stood shoulder to shoulder with 21st-century entertainment hubs where global brands battle for naming rights. These transformations represent perhaps the most visible testament to football's astonishing evolution from working-class pastime to global financial powerhouse. The trajectory of English football stadiums changed forever on April 15, 1989. That day, Liverpool faced Nottingham Forest in an FA Cup semi-final at Hillsborough Stadium. Tragically, severe overcrowding in the standing terraces led to a crush that claimed the lives of 97 Liverpool supporters. This devastating incident prompted the Taylor Report, a landmark government investigation that mandated all-seater stadiums by the 1994 to 1995 season, prioritizing fan safety above all else and forever changing the physical landscape of English football. Before this watershed moment, many grounds had remained virtually unchanged for decades. Between 1979 and 1986, stadium development stagnated as attendance declined due to hooliganism and economic downturns. When Scunthorpe United moved to Glanford Park in 1988, it marked the first time in 32 years that a Football League club had relocated to a purpose-built home. But this isolated move would soon become a trend that transformed the landscape of English football. The 1990s and early 2000s witnessed the first major wave of modern stadium construction. As Premier League broadcasting rights skyrocketed from £304 million in 1992 to over £1 billion by 2004, clubs finally had the resources to reimagine their homes. Arsenal's Emirates Stadium stands as the crown jewel of this era, a £390 million investment that opened in 2006 with a capacity of over 60,000. The move from their beloved but limited Highbury, which held just 38,000 fans, was controversial among traditionalists, but visionary in hindsight. Arsenal's matchday revenue nearly doubled overnight, from £37.4 million at Highbury to over £73 million in their first full season at the Emirates. The Emirates represented a fundamental reimagining of what a football stadium could be. Premium seating sections, corporate boxes, and exclusive clubs with fine dining options transformed the matchday experience for wealthier fans. The stadium tour became a year-round attraction, bringing in tourists even on non-match days. A sprawling club shop turned merchandise into a major revenue source. All these elements, commonplace today, were revolutionary 15 years ago. Other clubs followed suit. Manchester City moved into the converted City of Manchester Stadium after the 2002 Commonwealth Games. Bolton's Reebok Stadium embraced commercial naming rights as early as 1997. Chelsea expanded Stamford Bridge piece by piece rather than relocating, growing their capacity while adding luxury features. The Emirates set a new vision. Football stadiums could be strategic assets rather than mere necessities. This shift coincided with the Premier League's commercial explosion, creating both the need and financial capability for ambitious infrastructure. By building the Emirates, Arsenal created a powerful brand statement, a tourist destination, and a diversified business asset, and every other Premier League team took notice. But what seemed astronomical then pales in comparison to today's projects. That £390 million investment, adjusted for inflation, it would be roughly £650 million today. Still, just a fraction of current developments. The Emirates was considered extravagant in 2006, yet it cost only a quarter of what Manchester United are now planning to spend on their new home. This remarkable escalation demonstrates how rapidly the economics of football have transformed in less than 2 decades. What drives this exponential growth in stadium investment is a fundamental shift in football's revenue streams. For major Premier League clubs today, matchday receipts typically contribute only 13 to 25% of total revenue. A stark contrast to earlier eras when ticket sales could account for more than half of a club's income. Liverpool, for instance, generates just 19% of its revenue from matchday activities at Anfield, while 44% comes from broadcasting and 37% from commercial ventures. This redistribution has altered the business case for stadium investments. Modern venues must serve multiple purposes beyond hosting matches. They need to function as year-round destinations, generating diverse income streams from concerts to conferences, museum tours to megastores. We've now entered the era of the billion-pound stadium, with projects that would have been unimaginable just a decade ago. Manchester United recently unveiled a £2 billion vision for a new 100,000-seat Wembley of the North to replace the iconic but ageing Old Trafford. This represents the most ambitious project in English football history. The economic impact extends far beyond the club itself. Projections suggested the new stadium could inject £7.3 billion into the local economy, create 92,000 jobs, provide 17,000 new homes, and attract 1.8 million tourists annually. Tottenham Hotspur completed their £1 billion, 62,850 capacity stadium in 2019. This architectural marvel features the Premier League's first dividing retractable pitch, revealing an NFL-ready surface underneath, while amenities like Europe's longest bar and an in-house microbrewery redefine the modern matchday experience. Meanwhile, Chelsea is embarking on a £1.1 billion transformation of Stamford Bridge, their home since 1905. This project aims to expand capacity to 60,000 fans while incorporating cutting-edge design elements inspired by Gothic cathedrals. Newcastle United, backed by their ambitious Saudi owners, have been exploring options to either expand their iconic St James's Park beyond its current 52,000 capacity, or build a completely new stadium that could hold up to 70,000 fans. Some reports suggest this new project could cost between £2 billion and £3 billion, based on comparable recent projects. This investment aims to cement Newcastle's return to the elite of English football while creating a world-class sporting landmark in the northeast. Smaller clubs are also making significant investments. Everton's spectacular £760 million Bramley Moor Dock Stadium is currently under construction, with its stunning waterfront location set to transform Liverpool's Docklands when it opens in 2025. The 52,888 capacity venue represents a dramatic upgrade from the beloved but limited Goodison Park. These simultaneous developments mark an unprecedented era of infrastructure investment across the Premier League, a testament to the club's financial strength and long-term ambitions in the global sports marketplace. But how do clubs justify investments measured in billions? Through sophisticated business cases that consider multiple revenue streams and long-term strategic positioning. Tottenham's business model for their £1 billion stadium has already proven successful. By creating the first truly multi-purpose Premier League venue with its retractable pitch, they've secured a lucrative 10-year deal with the NFL to host 2 games annually, generating an estimated £10 million per game. The stadium hosted 25 major non-football events in its first full year of operation, including concerts by Beyoncé, Lady Gaga, and Guns N' Roses, each generating revenues comparable to 3 to 4 Premier League matches. Manchester United projects their new stadium could begin generating returns within 10 to 15 years through increased matchday income, non-football events, commercial sponsorships, and enhanced global brand exposure. The club anticipates a revenue boost of £100 to £150 million annually. Liverpool's phased expansion of Anfield allowed the club to preserve their historic home while strategically targeting revenue growth. The expansion delivers an estimated £20 million in additional annual revenue, a return on investment in just 4 years. The Premier League itself has become a major investor in infrastructure, with over £1.6 billion flowing into facility creation and improvement between 2022 and 2025. Since 2000, more than 1,000 clubs have received grants from the Premier League Stadium Fund, totalling over £200 million. The evolution of Premier League stadiums from million-pound venues to billion-pound megastructures reflects profound changes in football's economics, technology, and cultural significance. As this trajectory continues, stadium development will increasingly focus on creating multi-purpose venues that generate revenue year-round. The integration of cutting-edge technology, sustainability features, and premium amenities will become standard for top-tier clubs. These colossal structures stand as physical manifestations of the Premier League's transformation, monuments not just to athletic competition, but to the extraordinary financial power that English football now wields on the global stage.